Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Some devastating news coming out for this Nebraska program during fall camp. The projected starter at left tackle for this Nebraska offensive line, Teddy Prochazka, going to be done for the year with a season-ending injury to the ACL during fall camp. And I think where you want to start is just gutted for this kid. And when you've seen Teddy Prochazka on the field for Nebraska and healthy, I mean, there are a lot of things that you like about Teddy Prochazka's game, but the story has been during his Nebraska career, these devastating season-ending injuries for Teddy. Thoughts and prayers to Teddy Prochazka. I hope you get a speedy recovery and we get to see him back on the field for Nebraska. A guy that we've talked extensively about as a guy that we were really excited to see healthy in 2024. Now, the question is for Matt Rhule, Donovan Rhule, this Nebraska offensive line, what are the answers to this left tackle position? Now, I think where you want to start, and the good news out of this is you have four offensive linemen that I think you feel really good about on this Nebraska line. Obviously, Bryce Benhart at the right tackle spot, a kid that has played so much football for Nebraska. Then you look at the inside, obviously anchored by center Ben Scott, I think one of the better centers that you'll see in the Big Ten, and then Justin Evans-Jenkins and Micah Mazikua at the guard spot. You look at those four offensive linemen and say, all right, we don't really want to shuffle the deck, right? We feel pretty good about those starting four offensive linemen. Now the question is, what does that left tackle position look like for Nebraska heading into 2024? And it's something that you want to figure out relatively quick, right? We expect a true freshman quarterback in Dylan Raiola to be starting for this Nebraska offense. You want to make sure you have answers at that left tackle position. Now, I think the first one you got to look to is Turner Corcoran, guy that has started a lot of football for Nebraska, has played a lot of football primarily at the left tackle spot. So that's something that you feel solid about, is Turner Corcoran is experienced at the left tackle spot. Now, quite frankly, the thing you don't feel great about is Turner Corcoran's been kind of a roller coaster at the left tackle spot. You've seen some solid play from him, but it's been far too inconsistent during his career at Nebraska. Matt Rhule says he's going to get that first look at left tackle, which makes sense. He's a senior. He's played a lot of football specifically at that left tackle spot. If you can get significant improvement from Turner Corcoran, I think he can potentially be the answer at that left tackle spot. But there are some other guys that I would keep an eye on in terms of potential replacements for Teddy. Now I would start with redshirt freshman Gunnar Gatula, a guy that I really liked in the 2023 class. Thought this was a really nice addition, kind of a sneaky addition in that 2023 cycle. A kid that was undersized coming out of high school, has put on some nice weight up to around 305 pounds. Gunnar Gatula, I think, can play. I think the question is, I think somewhere down the road, he will be a starting tackle for Nebraska. Now, the question is he going to be ready to be a starting left tackle for this Nebraska offense as a redshirt freshman? That's probably the question that you're dealing with Gunnar Gatula. But I think what makes you feel a little bit better about Gunnar Gatula potentially competing for that left tackle spot is I think he's physically ready to play Big Ten football, where you go back to his freshman year, probably wasn't ready. And I think the last guy you want to throw into that mix is true freshman Grant Brix. And obviously Nebraska fans know, college football fans know, that you don't want to have to force yourself to start a left tackle who's a true freshman. Now, I think what's fascinating about Grant Brix is he's done a really nice job in the weight room. He's listed at 6'6", 310 pounds. Grant Brix is a powerful, athletic, big body, right? We think he has the athleticism to play that left tackle spot somewhere down the road. Now the question is he ready between the ears from a technical standpoint to play that left tackle spot as a true freshman? From a physicality standpoint, I think you feel pretty good. Again, he's up to 6'6", 310 pounds. At least that's what he's listed on this Nebraska roster. So from a physicality standpoint, he's going to look like a starting caliber left tackle. Now it kind of becomes, from a technical standpoint, is Grant Brix a guy that is going to be ready to go for this Nebraska program? What I would personally look for Nebraska to do is try to get Grant Brix as many reps as you can early in the season, right? If you open up against a team that you're expected to beat and you tap it, try to get him in for that second half. See what he can do as a starting left tackle or at least a left tackle for this Nebraska offensive line. And maybe somewhere down the road, come week 6, week 7, week 8, maybe Grant Brix is ready to kind of be the guy at left tackle. That is a potential answer. So you look at Turner Corcoran, Gunnar Gatula, and Grant Bricks as probably your potential replacements at that tackle spot. Maybe Tyler Knack switching over to the left tackle position as well. There are some answers to this left tackle position. I think now our focus is, what is this left tackle spot going to look like heading into the 2024 season for Nebraska? Now, how I would close on this is, and this is just personally me, I understand Matt Rhule, Donovan Raiola much smarter than me, especially in terms of figuring out the best starting five for an offensive line. What I would try to avoid is shuffling the deck. I think you have found your starting offensive line with Ben Scott at center, Justin Evans-Jenkins, and Micah Mazikua at guard, and then Bryce Benhart at right tackle. I think you feel really good about those four players on your offensive line. I wouldn't want to start shuffling the deck because that can kind of lead to some more problems within the offensive line. I would try to find a replacement, whether it's Turner Corcoran, Gunnar Gatula, Grant Bricks, Tyler Knack. Those are the guys that I would be looking for to step into that left tackle spot. I would expect that you need your running backs to be ready to go in pass pro, potentially to help this left tackle at least early on in the season. Obviously, lining a tight end up next to the left tackle. There are some things that you can do to try to mitigate a question mark at the left tackle position. We'll see how it shakes out. Wanted to hop on and kind of talk about some of the different storylines and potential answers for this Nebraska offensive line. Again, would love to hear from you guys in the comments section. Some really unfortunate news. We'll be monitoring it. We'll be talking about it. Appreciate you guys rocking with it. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to y'all later.